Hey everyone, it's Grady here at SUBOVERLAND. Behind me, I have a 2015 Suburban, the start of the 11th gen, and I'm going to do a little walk around of it. Let's get into the video. So here is the 11th gen Suburban, and this is a 2015 particular one. So 2015 to 2020 was the 11th gen. I actually just purchased this very recently, and it's my first 11th gen Suburban. We have a lot of requests for these, and so I wanted to pick one up and, you know, get familiar with it and check it out. So first impressions are very good. I like these. One of the cool things is fuel economy definitely is better by a couple miles per gallon. On paper, it doesn't show, you know, 10th and 11th are really similar fuel economy wise on paper, but in real life, I would say that this 11th jet actually does get very close to what it's rated. So I think it's up to 22 miles per gallon. My last trip I got above 20, like 20 and a half, 21. Whereas the 10th gen, you know, they're rated at 20, and I've only got that one time. So anyway, so that's definitely a pro. I like the styling of these, actually. They're cool. That front bumper, see, there's not a lot of clearance up front. They've got like the valance underneath there, so I'm sure there's stuff to do there that we'll figure out, or, you know, just depending on the client. But these still are, I think, the same suspension as 10th gen. So front and rear coil, and it has a solid rear axle. Unlike the 12th gen is the first independent front and rear Suburban. So this is the last of the solid rear axle, if anyone cares about that. And this one's an LT, I believe, so it's, you know, normal package, leather seats and things like that. I have really enjoyed the interior. This is probably up there, my favorite. I think 10th and 11th are my favorite, like as far as comfort goes. You got your big screen right there, Bluetooth, things like that, hands-free. The seats, I feel like they're gonna hold up pretty well. Has lane assist, like this one has lane assist. What other but yeah, trailer brake kind of integrated. That started with their previous gen. Obviously all the options. Navigation in this one has some cool features. Like this pops up. The screen, the whole thing comes up, and you have like a little cubby back there for like security, which is kind of cool. Power lift gate, just like the previous gen. So I think, oops. You know, so it's got stuff like that, which is very handy. These seats are different than previous ones. See if I can do this with one hand. So you put down the headrest, and then you grab this. No, my bad. You grab that, and it goes flat. So as you can see, it's kind of like slanted up a little bit, but it does go flat, which is different from previous because, you know, you had to like take out the whole seat if you wanted a flat surface in the back. So this is more like styling of, I guess, like a minivan, right? As far as the rear seat. And then when you put the front seat down, it makes a flat surface also. So that's cool. I think they did a really good job there with that styling. Like I said, power lift gate. Overall ride is going to be very similar to 10th gen because of the suspension's the same. So, but the biggest difference between 10th and 11th, other than obvious, you know, like styling and everything, would be the engine on these ones. So this engine, this is the first year of direct injection for GM. So it's not fuel injected, it's direct. It's fuel injected, but it's direct injection. So that is why it gets a little bit better fuel economy. This still has the 6-speed transmission, the 6L80, like the you know, the previous gen. But the direct injection motor, I've already had, you know, a little hiccup. I bought this and then had to do the injectors. So all 8 injectors, you know, a bunch of them were not functioning. I think 4 out of the 8. So I just went ahead and did that. It's not like it's a pretty big job, I guess. You got to do intake, and the injectors are hard to get out. And so that wasn't fun. I mean, it was fun to learn, but I've never had to do an injector on these older ones, you know, on an older gen of Suburban. So that's something I would look out for if you are purchasing one of these. And it looks like it's very common, and it's just going to have to be done. This one has 190,000. So, I mean, I guess the originals did last that long, so can't complain too much. But that can be a little pricey. And then another kind of con I have on this is the vacuum pump. So this 15 to 20, they did a vacuum pump to produce enough vacuum for the brakes. If that vacuum pump goes out, you have no brakes. The vacuum pump, I guess, is pretty common to go out. I've had to replace this one already. So previous gen just got vacuum straight from the engine, and it was great and simple. So that was kind of a bummer. I'm sure there's a reason, maybe. Comment below. I haven't looked too much into it. I just replaced it because I knew it was bad. I don't know the exact reasoning behind why they went to vacuum pump on a gas engine especially, but let me know. I'm always, you know, here to learn new stuff. But so the complications of these, I mean, really, suspension is very reliable, just like, you know, the previous gen. Very similar in that sense, but main differences are going to be the engine is still a 5.3 direct injection, and then on this gen for the Suburban, I think it was just the 5.3, and then the Escalade and stuff, they had that 6.2. So really similar to the 10th gen as far as the engine size and the offerings. I don't believe there's anything too new there, but I'm still learning on these. Lane assist, you know, that's cool. Safety features are always cool. That helps out. And the interior, I really like the interior. It's comfy, and you know, it had cooled seats if you wanted them, and heated seats and heated steering wheel and all that stuff. Ours doesn't. I think it has heated seats, but this is kind of going to be my wife's car she hopes for her whole life, probably, but we'll see. I'm always switching around, but great road trip car for sure. You're going to get around 20 miles a gallon in something this big. That's fantastic. And parts were relatively cheap. I just did that injector job, and so I still think parts are very accessible and very affordable compared to other vehicles, which is really cool. I love how GM sticks with that. And I do like the looks of these. I think they did a great job as far as styling. So thumbs up there. Definitely a lot of pros. So hopefully you liked that video. This gen, 11th gen, I'm really excited for these. I think they're a really good vehicle. I'm excited to work on them, excited to get to know more about these. So if you guys are interested in, you know, having us build out one of these, send it our way. We haven't built out an interior yet or done like a lift yet either. This one's just stock. So a lot of new stuff coming around at SUBOVERLAND. But again, great gen. If you guys are more into like the safety features, like the lane assist and things like that, and there's other options too, I'm sure, with the fancier models, this would be a good option. Fuel economy, and I guess like probably getting loans and stuff for vehicles, 2015 and above. I think that's kind of like the spot where a lot of people will loan out on a car, but I could be talking nonsense, guys. I've never had a loan on a car, so, but what I've heard, word up on the street, so I think this, like the 2015 and up, is kind of where, you know, you can get financing easier. Comment below if you know more about that. That'd be great. But yeah, really love these, and excited to do a big road trip here starting tomorrow. So we'll see, you know, more and more I drive these, I'll get more familiar, and I think they're gonna go the distance. I've seen a bunch of these for sale with over 300,000 miles, which is always a great thing to have when you're looking for a car. You look at how many miles they actually are going, and so I think engine-wise and tranny and the drivetrain is still very solid for this gen. So so far so good. But if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and comment below what you guys think of this gen. I'd love to hear it, and we'll catch you on the next video.